People think spirituality is having the answer for everything, especially when it comes to explaining yourself. That's why you see a lot of people still being narcissistic and self-righteous and really unpleasant, no matter how spiritually educated or aware they are. You see, spirituality itself doesn't change you as a person. It's all about the intention of the person. Like, you can use anything as an excuse to avoid accountability, and you can see for yourself what people will do to avoid accountability. I think people are really missing out on the true joy of being integrated into true spirituality, which is knowing how to take L's. Take your L's. Take your losses. Take your rejection. Take accountability. Recognize your faults. Recognize your shortcomings. Recognize your wrongdoings. Recognize that you are flawed as fuck. And no matter how good your intentions are in your own head, it still has the ability to hurt other people. Which is why accountability is critical if you truly care about being a part of this one mind consciousness that you always preach about. Because if you're only looking at the angle of your intentions, you're not even taking account for how people could experience you. Now, of course, you're absolutely not responsible for how other people experience you, especially people who have nothing to do with you, like strangers who don't really know you, right? But I'm specifically talking about the people that you choose to have in your circle. So when it comes to the people that you choose to care about, if you really care about them, that is, and they're not like some freaking prop for your life, then you have to take ownership over how your actions, your words, your patterns could affect them. Take spirituality out of this and really look at yourself from this lens of like humanity. And when you realize how much power that you have when it comes to you having the ability to hurt other people, hopefully it makes you realize like you need to really be considerate and not be so like righteous all the time. Because once again, we are dealing with people that you care about. We're not talking about like strangers. So learn how to take L's sometimes. Learn how to say, oh yes, I did indeed hurt you. That was my mistake. That was my fault. Or at least have the mindset to always be able to reflect on it. Because sometimes you're right. It's not going to hit right away. It sometimes takes time for you to realize what really happened. So you might not be able to always realize what you did wrong right away, but allow yourself the space to reflect and take that L. The L of not being right all the time. The L of fucking up. Because the only way you're going to learn is by admitting to yourself that it was wrong. And that is an act of courage and bravery. And that's how you integrate more into your spirituality, because spirituality is about coming home to yourself and becoming one with the true self. I mean, so maybe your true self is a fucking clown who doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So maybe that is who you are.